Welcome to Coffee and a Conversation hosted by CJ Abernathy for South Dakota District 23 Senate 2020. A father, an activist, a Marine Corps combat veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan, Purple Heart recipient with a bachelor's degree in information technology software engineering. CJ is the executive producer for the Adam vs. the Man podcast with Adam Kokesh, and the CEO of Internet Warlords, the War for the Internet, as well as a former 2018 South Dakota Libertarian gubernatorial candidate, and a 2020 South Dakota delegate to the Libertarian National Convention. If you would like to join this broadcast, click the link in the description. Coffee and a Conversation starts now. Have a great day or don't. The choice is always yours.
Hey, CJ Abernathy. Public service announcement. When you're going to a store/restaurant and there's an employee standing at the door and their job is to turn you away if you don't have a mask, remember, he or she is probably scared as hell to even have that or be in that position. They have no political affiliation with this. They may even be against it. Last but not least, remember they are considered essential. They are not collecting unemployment, and they have bills to pay. Please respect retail workers. It's not their fault. I don't care what you think about masks. It costs $0 to be an asshole. Well, Bill, I see you there, and it's duly noted. It's duly noted that you feel the need to tag me and only me in this. I have worn masks. I've worn them when told you can't utilize the services of this location or this business without it. And while I disagree with it, I too show respect for those that, are in that position. So I don't get why you're being retarded today, Bill, but, hey, good morning to you too. Well, I don't want to assume the adjective of your day. What's up, everybody? It's your boy CJ, the Internet Warlord, coming to you live and loud from the great state of Meth Dakota. You know Meth Dakota, it's the state just south of North Dakota. That Dakota, the state formerly known as South Dakota, until the Queen of Meth herself, Governor Kristi Noem, declared by proclamation that, hey, we're on meth. I think I may have overfilled my coffee this morning. Oh well. Still good. Got a hole in my lip. I don't know if you guys see my cool shirt here, designed by Mr. Chris Napper, Snappy Clothing. Gotta rep that today. It is another slow news cycle day, folks. If you want to click the link, join the broadcast. If you want to be a part of this broadcast, feel free to join. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Don't be a little bitch. That's the funniest thing is when I get little tags and comments like that. And it's like, man, just click the button. I cannot stress this enough how much of a human I am. I'm a person just like you. I have opinions. I have thoughts, hopes, dreams, wants, desires, family and friends, community that I engage with and I'm a part of. Just like you, I care about certain things and I'll fight for things that I have no problem going to bat for. But stupid of the internet aside, I'm one of the most available people to people, really. I mean, you would never see most politicians doing this with a fresh link right up above them that says, hey, you can interrupt me at any time. You don't see that. Another slow news day, though. And I don't know what it is about it. You know, maybe it's just that the next is the next thing is coming. Who knows? I certainly don't know what next is going to be. But if you've seen this stupid, this is some stupid here. Trump calls wearing a mask patriotic. You know, this was taken Saturday, July 11th. Patriotic? I don't know. I wouldn't classify wearing a mask as patriotic. You don't. It's not. I don't agree with this being patriotic. This is a symbol of sheepism. Good morning, Matt. How are you doing today? Or you join? Hey, no worries. You hustle, you grind. That's. I'm sure I'll catch you another time. Mr. Bruce, you don't have a join button unless it's just me. It is just you because in the description of this video is a link that says to join this broadcast. To join this broadcast, click this link right here. So, yeah, that's how you would do that. So, I guess maybe I could make it a little bit easier for people here, you know. Excuse me, that's that coronavirus that everybody's waiting for me to get from going to Orlando. You know, as I go back to the comments here. Good morning, brother. How you doing? I having one of them slow news days, you know. Determining whether or not this is patriotic. I mean, I have a mask. I'll wear it if I absolutely need to, out of respect for people. Had a conversation with a buddy of mine last night that, you know, and had to tell him I'd wear a mask if you told me, hey, CJ, I need you to wear one or I could die if you breathe on me. Be like, I get it. Not gonna want to kill you. I don't want to kill grandma. But this is where I want the other side of this to acknowledge something. Because if you don't, you're the ignorant ones here. Because I acknowledge, I see your Karen. We need a better word for this than Karen. We need a better word that describes somebody who's just coronaphobic. Because a Karen can be for any issue where they would want to speak to the manager. We need something that is specifically for the coronaphobic out there. I don't know. We'll have to ponder that one for a while. And so I see and I hear and I entertain anyone that's like, this is why we need to wear a mask, CJ. Watch this 15-minute video of Dr. Fauci explaining shit. I entertain you. I listen. But I also do my own research. And when I then put my research back into your area, oh, it's propaganda. Oh, it's not official channels. Oh, it's not actual this. And it's like, no, it is. You're just dismissing one. This is where the road is not two ways, folks. This is where the road does not work both ways and say, hey, you get to do your research, I get to do mine, and somewhere in the middle is most likely the truth. I need you to acknowledge many things that this government has fudged the numbers from day one. So there's a few truths that we're all going to have to admit that are truths, whether or not you agree with me politically or not is irrelevant. The numbers are not accurate. I mean, again, let's go to our old friend Alphabet. Current coronavirus statistics in the United States.
According to CDC.gov, COVID-19 is caused by a coronavirus called SARS-CoV-2. Older adults and people who have severe underlying medical conditions like heart or lung disease or diabetes seem to be at higher risk for developing more serious complications from COVID-19 illness.
Right, so if you live a life where you where you are not, like Adam had said yesterday, work out, get yourself in shape. This is a contest of life, folks. I mean, some people are immunocompromised. Some people are more susceptible for other things, but that does not mean that they get to dictate your rights at all. At all. So as we look at these numbers, right? This is, I think, a fair playing ground for people right here to Google what you're researching. As you see, some places are worse than others. Confirmed cases, deaths in Texas 4,160, South Dakota 118 deaths with a confirmed of a little under 8,000 cases, 97 deaths in North Dakota with a little over 5,000. Almost, well, I guess just a smidge over 400,000 with a death count of, I mean, I could bust out the calculator here and we could play what's your survivability rate of confirmed cases. And again, this is, I guess we should. I guess if it's a part. But again, these numbers are not accurate. And nobody can tell me that they are. You lose credibility when you tell me that these are accurate reported numbers from the government. It's not. So let's see here. California is 7,764. And the death and the total cases are 400,195. Giving you a death rate, if my math is correct, well, pretty sure I missed a number there. Pretty sure I missed a number. It can't be that low. It can't be that low, CJ. Holy cow. Can't be that low. The death rate for coronavirus is that low. And it makes you go, well, I mean, it's just math. So, I mean, if my math is wrong, I'll be willing to correct it. But are you telling me that in just California, if you get the virus, you have a 0.019% chance of dying? Is my math wrong on that? I know the internet loves to tell me when I'm wrong. Or do I have to divide that into the number of cases? Because I don't think that's right. Is my math wrong? I mean, again, tell me if my math is wrong. I mean, I know there's like a 30-second delay here. Let's try it the other way here real quick. And just see what number we get. 400 and 195. 195. I'm pretty sure that this is not how the math problem goes, but just for the sake of it's early in the morning and I'm not in math class right now. 7764. Yeah, I mean, which way is it? I mean, because the death rate right here is even lower. So which? Oh, well, again, that number's not right on the screen anyways. I can't get my calculator to work this morning. Oh, well. You have less than a 1% chance of dying from coronavirus if you get it. Less than 1%. Less than 1% chance of dying if you get this virus. Less than 1. And we have destroyed the economy, people's wealth, their futures, their businesses over maybe somebody might die from it. Well, maybe you'll get struck by lightning. I guess we all better not go outside because there could be lightning. It's advised that you don't drive into thunderstorms and tornado-like weather where there's tornado advisories. It's recommended you don't blow your brains out with a pistol. It's recommended you don't jump off a cliff. It's recommended that you don't go to Chernobyl without proper radiation protection. It's recommended you don't swim with sharks without a cage or some at all. It's recommended that if you are, not a doctor, you don't do brain surgery. Well, that one might actually be against the law. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a gray area, I guess, huh? But again, you have less than a 1% chance of dying. And we have destroyed our country over this. I call it a hoax, not the virus itself. There's something that's killing people. Make no mistake about it. If you're one of the ones that have died from the virus known as SARS-CoV-2, COVID-19, coronavirus, the virus named after the beer, whatever you prefer to call this thing, it exists. Like, look, this is a pencil. It exists. I acknowledge it. I feel like I have to break this down for the dumbest person on my friends list, and I would like to think that my friends list is filled with people that are like, CJ, I've partied with you. I've hung out with you. You're not the smartest guy in the world, but you're a good guy. Or I wouldn't have been partying with you and hanging out with you, and I wouldn't have you around my family and my friends, and I'd like to think that. But here I am, having to talk to the dumbest in our society amongst us, which is sometimes considered condescending towards some of my friends. And I'm like, hey, not you, the dummy that has to go, does this pencil exist? Well, once you learn the truth, you'll know that there is no pencil. I acknowledge that this pencil is a pencil. I acknowledge that there is something called SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus, and it's out there. But you have to acknowledge that you have a less than 1% chance of dying. You have wait, hold on. Statistical chances and ways to die. Ooh, let's see here. Testicular cancer and ways to die. Ooh, that's a terrible Google search. What is your percentage chance of dying by getting struck by lightning?
According to National Geographic, the odds of being struck in your lifetime is 1 in 3,000.
Ooh.
Lightning can kill people and cause cardiac arrest.
Ooh. So, in your lifetime, you have more of a chance of dying by getting struck by lightning than you do coronavirus. Whoa! Did math just work out to prove up? What do we call these things again? Hold on. Motion to suspend the rules to what's it called? Where's it at? I move to declare that a fact. You have more of a chance of dying in your lifetime being struck by lightning than dying from coronavirus. And again, these are all truths that you're going to have to acknowledge before you tell me, I have the right to tell the government to make you put a slave muzzle on your face. Worry about grandma. Meanwhile, here in Eureka, South Dakota, grandma don't give a fuck. You walk to Ken's, you walk through the stop, you walk through the Dollar General. They don't give a fuck. So all you social justice warriors out there that are like, put your fucking mask on or you're killing my grandma. Grandmas in Eureka, South Dakota don't give a fuck. God, it makes you look stupid when grandma themselves are like, stop saying you're going to kill grandma. Grandma's already determined that if it's grandma's time to go, grandma's going to go. Stop. Well, CJ, what do you feel about mandatory masking? I feel like you're a fucking idiot. And I feel like I'm always going to call you a fucking idiot. I'm going to tell you, why don't you go suck the dick of government? Because that's basically what you're doing. You have more of a chance of dying, getting struck by lightning in your lifetime, percentage-wise, than you do of dying of COVID-19. What percentage of people, what percentage of the population die in auto accidents?
According to Injury Facts, National Safety Council, the population motor vehicle death rate reached its peak in 1937 with 30.8 deaths per 100,000 population. The current rate is 12.0 per 100,000, representing a 61% improvement.
You
In
still
1913, 33.38 people died for every 10,000 vehicles on the road.
you still have more of a chance of dying in your vehicle in an accident than you do of dying of COVID-19. These are all things that you have to acknowledge before you can come to the table to tell me, CJ, put your fucking mask on. Now, with that being said, I don't need you to tell me when to put a fucking mask on. If I own myself, that's the other thing you have to acknowledge. Do I own myself? Do I have the right to make decisions in my life free from you or government? Do I truly own myself? And if the answer is yes, then I have the right to determine my level of safety, my level of risk. Plain and simple. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Statistically speaking, you have more of a chance of dying in a car accident. You have more of a chance of dying, being struck by lightning in your lifetime. And these are all just by comparison in mathematical numbers, data, facts, statistics. And even those numbers are wrong. And that leads me back to number one. We have to understand the numbers that they are producing are because the states are facing an unemployment crisis. An unemployment crisis being hidden by a coronavirus. Utilized as the catalyst to try to keep this beep economic dead horse known as the United States alive. It's a dead body, folks. Our country is collapsing right in front of your eyes. The dollar is worth nothing. It's just the facts. Well, CJ, the red states are better than the blue states. You guys are fucking stupid. I don't have a time in a day to explain the hypocrisies of the right versus the hypocrisies of the left. I really don't. Honestly. I mean, how do you like your rape allegations? Public, private, or non-existent? I mean, how do you like your... again, there's a video clip that we're going to get to today. Oh, we're going to get to it today. If you're part of the Adam versus the Man Producers Club, you've already seen it. If you're following me on social media, depending on the algorithm of Facebook, you might have seen it already. But I told you guys, I don't know, maybe 10 days ago. Don't be surprised. And I hope you won't be surprised, honestly. Especially you Trumpophiles. You Trumpophiles are going to shit your pants and do millions and millions of mental gymnastics and it just is what it is. I call you guys the modern day slaves. The ones that are willing to fight for their slave owner. But don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised when it comes out. Now, I'm going to play a video here. And I want you to kind of pay attention to the background here. This has no audio. It's Donald Trump 1992 Mar-a-Lago footage. Something that was new to me. But I want you to check this out. And I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to pause it when it's appropriate. Oh, who's he talking to? Oh, look. It's Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, look. Oh, yay. I'm sure the Trump fans have seen it here. But I want you to look who's behind them. A lot of people aren't talking about who was behind them. See this little butch cut haircut? Who's the girl behind them and who's this man? I think this is a missing story in this. Honestly, keep watching. Keep watching. Oh, did you get a peek at it? Up. Did you get a peek? Up. Did you get a peek? Oh, that guy literally realized, he's like, oh shit, there's a camera while I'm talking to a woman that, is in child sex trafficking. There's another clue for you. And then he's like, I better dip out of here, and is like crouching. I wonder. And look who's there. It's her. And what clearly appears to be a woman that definitely don't look like she's an adult. I'm just going to put it to you that way. This is Ghislaine Maxwell. That's Donald Trump. That's Jeff Epstein. Jeffrey, the guy that didn't kill himself. But who's this woman right here? Very curious. And like I said, don't be surprised when Ghislaine Maxwell says Donald Trump not only participated, but has been recorded involved in child sex trafficking. Yeah, that's why he was kicked out of Mar-a-Lago. Not because of just some differences on property values. Ugh, such a slow news day. Oh, such a slow news day. I don't know if I'm even going to make it the full hour, folks. I mean, maybe somebody will click the link and have a conversation with me. I mean, shit. Oh, what a day. I promise you, though, the Trumpophiles are going to have a field day. A field day with it. So, all right, back to the articles here today. Trump Congress square off over virus aid. This is where I'm trying to bring it back to, folks. This is what it's about. We have an unemployment crisis where they've killed businesses all across the country in red states and blue states. And what you're seeing is them using this excuse because they get money, the states do, for every positive test. Every test they run, there is money involved in this that comes from the federal government. Now you'd be thinking to yourself, oh, CJ, they would never do that to offset their budgets. Well, the state of South Dakota here, if you guys remember from last week, said we have $19 million in surplus. The only reason why we have that is because we took $1.25 billion from the federal government. Otherwise, we would be $1.06 billion under budget. Meaning the government here, that conservative government, spent more money than they brought in. So it makes you go, well, I mean, if you didn't see this coming, I mean, again, I don't listen. I mean, again, people tune out when they're like, CJ, I gotta go do something else. And I get that. I do the same thing. And where I do the same thing is normally on those cues of just unchallengeable bullshit. At least with my broadcast, if you disagree with me, you can actually like jump in. Whoo! Yeah, go ahead and turn that down. You can actually jump in and tell me, CJ, this is where I think you're wrong. This is why I think you're wrong. You can share your screen. We can go back and forth with data and information and have a conversation. But you ever notice, and this is what I've noticed, is that most people, that disagree with me in the way that you think the trolls are out there, just don't exist. They don't. Like, I mean, I don't have a troll problem. You don't see my comments loaded up with people that are just out there to fuck with me. Pardon my French. But, and that's why I appreciate my humble, small, little audience. I've always said that. I'm not here broadcasting to millions of people. But I have an audience that most views it after the fact. Most of my friends have jobs, careers, families. Some watch while they work. Some watch after the fact. Some catch it here. Some catch it there. Some tune in live. Some don't. And just like me, I don't catch every live broadcast of every show that I like. I wish I could. I wish I had the time in the world. In fact, I'm sure there's a live broadcast conversation happening right now I'd love to be watching, that I'll watch after the fact. So again, to my humble little live audience, I appreciate you. But I would prefer that you share this in a way that allows people that I would fundamentally disagree with, or that would fundamentally disagree with me. I am begging for that conversation. Begging for it. Not in some troll manner like you guys heard the beginning of the show here. I want an intellectual conversation about things that actually matter. I don't want to sit here and deal with your internet troll shots. I mean, it doesn't change my opinion. See, the way to change a person's opinion is not the way that most people think. Most people change their opinion through being presented facts, evidence, data, statistics, and that normally involves a conversation that is intelligent. I mean, that's just the truth. So I see your story there, Nathan. I've got it on deck. President Donald Trump acknowledged here we go, using herpy language, a big flare-up of COVID-19 cases. Oh, you know what? Oh, man. I don't know. Do we associate, I don't know. We need a better word than Karen for COVID. Because, like I said, Karen is anybody that has a problem that's like, I want to speak to the manager. I'm calling the cops. I'm doing this. Oh my gosh. We need a coronavirus specific. Granted, the Karens had their coronavirus moments and continue to do. There was a lady here. Oh gosh, we ran a story. We ran a story yesterday about why you shouldn't yell at people for not wearing a mask. I mean, we've gotten on the broadcast here and discussed that there are medical reasons why some people cannot wear a mask. Oh, don't tell me it's going to do this to me. Yeah, see, sometimes my applications here don't open and they won't show up on the screen. It'll just say like they're opened, but now they're not. Yeah. Oh, well. Anyways, the story goes, a woman is taking a selfie like this, where the guy is behind her. She's yelling at. It's a black man wearing a mask. And I don't understand the caption, but she's sitting there going, I just got done yelling at this guy. He wasn't wearing a mask. Meanwhile, hers is sitting here with her nose just sticking right out. And I had to be like, wow, congratulations. You're a coronavirus Karen. And it just dawned on me that's not an appropriate word for this level of stupidity. It's really not. We need something that is going to separate a Karen from something else. Because again, this has gone beyond Karen. This has evolved past Karen. This is people of all races, religions that are having this section of people that are coronaphobic, which, by the way, is a real thing that we have covered on this broadcast. Oh, okay, so let's just get through this one real quick to talk about how this is getting worse. There's a flare-up in cases, but division between the White House and the Senate Republicans and differences with Democrats posed fresh challenges for a new federal aid package, with the U.S. crisis worsening and emergency relief about to expire. Trump convened GOP leaders at the White House on Monday as Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell prepared to roll out his $1 trillion package. Oh, that's something I wish I could say I had. Hey, folks, I've got a $1 trillion package right here. It's just dumb. It's all about money. You have more of a chance of dying in your lifetime over lightning. And like I said, it's all just to make the excuse to spend the money. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with your safety. It has nothing to do with your family. It all has to do with the more cases, the more money they have to excuse to do what they want to do financially. And they use the stupid fear-mongering to put their controlled sheep into muzzles to shut the fuck up and put your slave muzzle on and yell at anybody that doesn't. And they feel good about themselves, too. She posted the selfie, like, proud of herself that she yelled at this person at Walmart. And again, if you're in the Adam versus the Man Producers Club, you would have seen the picture. While the person she's taking a picture on has a mask on, which means probably got bullied by this person to wear a mask. This person was on my friends list until I saw, oh, that's how you treat people. Well, goodbye. But I let them know, like, and I shared the Adam video yesterday of don't yell at people. But, you know, at the end of the day, this is the world we're living in. A government run by thieves, controlled by pedophiles and rapists and murderers and warmongers. Yeah, we need a bigger word than Karen. Because the lesser of two evils is still evil. Coming from a guy that's running in a two-way race because there's no Democrat. I hate saying that. I'm still talking about the two-party duopoly when I say lesser of two evils. That's what allows me to sleep at night. But you have to understand, folks. There's going to come a day where you're going to be challenged by one of these people. You have to know how to appropriately respond. If they don't use force or violence against you, walk away. That is what I'm going to tell you straight up. Just walk away. If they touch you, blow their fucking brains out. And make sure you get me the link. So that way I can say, no, if I was a jury member, I would say jury nullification. I don't know if you have SARS-CoV. Don't touch me. It's amazing what a crazy time we live in America. Honestly. Senatorial candidate says we should shoot people. No, just the ones that are going to use government force on you. Or, you know, that's... Yeah, you know. Yeah. You've seen it. She cussed him out for not social distancing. Yeah. I still had the mask on. Thanks, Matt, for the clarification there. Still had the mask on. Still had the mask on. Was not social distance enough for her. While her nose is sticking out while she has time to take a selfie. And then you call her out on it. and she goes, well, I was in the middle of yelling. Like it's the excuse. Like she had righteous indignation to belittle and bemoan somebody who's standing not socially distant enough for them while they both are wearing masks. We need a new word than Karen. So I'm going to give it between now and Friday to throw it out into the universe to say, hey, we need a new word than Corona Karen. We need a new word. For sure. All right. So yeah, it's all about money, folks. It has nothing to do with your health or safety. So, all right, from my brother, Mr. Jones would like me to discuss Kanye West's first campaign event in 2020 as I wear my Joe Jorgensen for president hat. Everyone who has a baby should get $1 million. $1 million. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. So, man, Kanye West held his first campaign event Sunday afternoon in South Carolina after announcing he was running for president under the banner of the birthday party. Yeah, we made some jokes about this in Florida. I'd rather go to the Libertarian Party, but I could see where after a day of bullshit in the Libertarian Party, you'd be like, I just want to go to a birthday party for a little bit. Sounds like it could be fun. With 2020 buzz cut into his hair and wearing a bulletproof vest, the rapper spoke about his desire to save the country and his opposition to abortion. My mom saved my life. My dad wanted to abort me, he said. There would have been no Kanye West because my dad was too busy. I almost killed my daughter. Lovely. Yeah, I remember when my daughter's mother asked me about the abortion question. I was kind of shocked about that one. Well, I'm pro-life. I mean, you make a baby, you have a baby. But I can't tell a woman what to do. Her body, her choice, unless it's wearing a mask. Then it's not my body, my choice, Kanye's probably falling for that syndrome where mothers got to talk shit about dads for generations, and there's misnomers and misrepresentation of actual facts and, responsibilities and adult conversations that, people pit one side or the other. So it's a free for all for one side to slander the other side to the children, which is also a form of what we call parental alienation. But yeah, maybe Kanye is maybe a sufferer of, I don't know. The money is not even real, and didn't we just stop all the jobs for 6 months, he asked, also adding that the U.S. and other wealthy countries could pay to implement that program worldwide. I missed this paragraph here. He explained that while he disagrees with abortion on a moral level, he thinks it should be legal, but suggests that if you have a baby, you should get $1 million. Let's just incentivize women to go have as much sex as they can, to have as many baby daddies as they can, so they can rack up them millions, y'all. Kanye, you're a fucking idiot. And to be perfectly honest, that's about as far as I am going to entertain your political speak. If you get shot or something or assassinated, I'll cover the story. If you want to come on the show and debate me, I'll hear you out on that level. But the birthday party is about as dumb as it gets, in my opinion. So, not worth covering for more than a breath. Not worth covering for more than a breath. All right, well, another story here as we're winding down the clock. St. Louis couple charged with felony for wildly brandishing weapons at BLM protesters. This is what do we call it? I think this was, I wanted to say this was Karen and Ken, but I think that it's not a Karen story. Karen doesn't say, let me get the gun. This is the McCloskeys. When people aren't following, just so you know, most people that don't follow politics have no fucking clue. And if you're honestly watching this and you're like, oh, I have no clue who they are. Well, let me tell you, they're the McCloskeys. And they were on private property when BLM broke through a gate to go to the mayor's house, who lives on private property. And they were going to protest at the mayor's house. And the McCloskeys said, fuck you. Don't get any closer to our house. We're holding the gun. It is a slow news day here, Nathan, but Kanye is just, he's a joke. No. Like I said, $1 million to you're just incentivizing the family law industry and a generation of women that are going to look at making babies as a fucking career. And again, there's not all mothers, but a statistical measurable number. More mothers make having babies a career than people die of coronavirus. Let's just say that that's a fact too. and again, that's not, I mean, specifically a career. Like, they don't want to work, they don't want to put in a grind, they just want to have babies, get on state government, sit at home, watch Maury, and then judge the people that are, you're not the father, you are the father all day long. Those people. Well, the white St. Louis couple, why can't we just say the St. Louis couple that aimed weapons at Black Lives Matter protesters in front of their home last month was charged with a felony counts of unlawful use of a weapon. The charge was announced Monday by Circuit Attorney Kimberly Gardner weeks after a viral video showed Mark and Patricia McCloskey, both in their 60s, come out of their home pointing weapons, including a semi-automatic rifle. Uh, hmm. I don't know. Anyways, at protesters at the nearby street at the time, several hundred protesters were making their way to the home of the city's Democratic mayor. Nearby to protest as they passed, McCloskey's emerged wearing khakis and tucked into a pink polo shirt, blah, blah, blah. All right. Well, where's the meat and potatoes? It's illegal to wave weapons in a threatening manner at those participating in nonviolent protest. And while we're as fortunate this situation did not escalate into deadly force, this type of conduct is unacceptable in St. Louis. The couple, both whom are personal injury attorneys, said that they were scared for their safety, as one does to lay the groundwork to try to get away with violent conduct, particularly against people of color. The Class E felony charge carries with it a potential 4-year prison sentence. All right, so the charges have prompted the unusual apoplectic apoplectic. What a great word. Apoplectic. The usual apoplectic response from the gun-toting right. This is such a left-leaning conversation. Let me put it to you this way. Again, it's hard to take the left serious at all. Pardon the McCloskeys. These people have private property rights. There were guns in the crowd for BLM. They were carrying guns onto private property. The McCloskeys should be given an award for not shooting anybody, not felonies. Fucking idiots. Why am I defending attorneys? Ah! Oh, God. I'm defending attorneys. This is what America did I wake up in today? All right. That's about it for news stories, folks. I'm about done. I'm about done with that for sure. So getting towards the end here. If anybody wants to join, like I said, there is a link in the description. I leave it open to everybody who would otherwise leave me a nice little tag. I mean, listen, I'll go back to the beginning of this show here, and I'll go, hey, Bill, listen, buddy, pal, chum, I don't know who you are, man. I look to see if we have any mutual friends, and we don't. I have rules. That comes to, certain things. I don't see why I'm tagged in all that. So I don't think we're friends, Bill. So I'm gonna symbolize that by unfriending you. Oh God, I didn't block you because you should still be allowed to speak. You didn't do anything that's worthy of the digital grave. But my friends know better than to treat me like that because that's just it's just the way the world works. Coffee's getting cold. I wish cannabis was legal in the great state of Meth Dakota. This would be a whole different day. Instead of this migraine I feel kicking in on my head. Solve the problem right then and there. But no, we got a stupid governor. No, we have stupid people. And you know what? It's really sad that we live in a country of stupid morons. You know, people are like, CJ, you should be more optimistic. I've seen it in chat threads. CJ, be optimistic. CJ, I don't understand your intentions. CJ. I can't wait to get back to the cornfields of South Dakota. You know where there isn't coronavirus? The cornfields of South Dakota. It's a small season. It's a humble little work season. But it's one I love. And, you know, there's not as much stupid out there, you know? I can control what I consume. And I would like to think that you are the same way as well. You that are smart individual thinkers that are free and independent minded. But you want to know the true test? This is how you test somebody. Do you believe in the non-aggression principle? Do you know what the non-aggression principle is? Do you? Do you truly know what it means? The non-aggression principle. Oh, it's fly season in Meth Dakota here too. The non-aggression principle. Do you not? I mean, honestly, who doesn't know what the non-aggression principle is?
According to Wikipedia, the non-aggression principle, also called the non-aggression axiom, the anti-coercion, zero-aggression principle, or non-initiation of force, is a concept in the assertion that aggression, which is inherently defined as initiating or threatening any forceful interference with an individual or their property, is.
Oh. It's a lot. Otherwise referred to as the NAP. You'll hear a lot about it in libertarian circles. It's a part of libertarianism. The non-aggression principle, also called the non-aggression axiom or the anti-coercion zero-aggression principle, or non-initiation of force, is a concept in the assertion that aggression, which is inherently defined as initiating or threatening any force interference with an individual or property, is inherently wrong. It, however, faces definitional issues regarding what is understood as forceful interference, property, under which conditions does it apply, and so on. In contrast to pacifism, it's not forbid forceful defense. The NAP is considered by some to be a defining principle of libertarianism in the United States. It is also a prominent idea in anarcho-capitalism, classical liberalism, and minarchism. And I am of the mindset that the non-aggression principle is force. And when you break it down, I will not use force against you. My good idea does not require me to force you to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times where you can violate the NAP, where you could be like, hey, you're about to fall off this cliff here, and it doesn't look like you want to fall off that cliff. I better grab you and pull you back and use the appropriate amount of force to save your life. But likewise, I also can't force you to stay alive. I can't force you to not jump off that cliff. I can't force you to do something against your will. I can't force you to do something on your property. I can't force you to do anything. Really. And that concept, to live that concept, but to say, hey, it doesn't forbid self-defense, folks. We're those kind of people that were like, we wish a motherfucker would. I wish a motherfucker would. Years of, I'm going to be with my politic. I'm not going to require force. I'm not going to use the law enforcement to establish some government that allows me to throw you in a cage if you don't live by what I say you have to live by, or do as I say you have to do. But that's what we have right now. And that's why I'm running for state senate. Because we have a government that says if you don't live the way we say you have to live, and if you don't do what we say you have to do, we, the Republicans and the Democrats, will throw you in a cage and up to and including extrajudiciously murder you, deny you all constitutional rights we claim you have, because proud to be an American. I just, it blows my mind. Day in and day out. Day in and day out. That there are people that can live in that world of ignorance willfully. Like, right, I like to use the example. Right now is a dude that has 750 people watching him play a video game. And right now there's me that has 5 people spread out over 3 platforms watching my conversation this morning. Humbly grateful for that. But it goes to show that no matter how much you truly care, there is a certain degree of care that some of us have that some of us don't. And I think a lot of people need cognitive dissonance. I think a lot of people need the circus. They need the bread. They need the ball game, the NASCAR, the football. They need their tech videos. They need their podcasts. They need their morning circle jerks with their friends. They need to disconnect from the troubles of the world. And to that, I don't fault you, my fellow Americans. I do not fault you for looking at the screen and going, it is filled with shit, with evil all over it. I don't fault you. I don't fault you for not watching me at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning Central Standard Time. I don't fault you. This is just when I make myself available to everybody, because it's the start of my day. I'd rather deal with the problems of the world from the get-go. I wish I could just go have 9,000 people watching me play a video game and be like, hi guys, hey guys, it's your boy CJ, the internet gaming warlord. And my account's going, ding, look, new subscriber, ding, look, new donator, ding, new t-shirt sold. I wish. We're all not like that. We all don't have that. I mean, I have the software to do it, but I don't have the audience. It's going to be like, hey, let me just throw money at this guy. I mean, it's amazing to watch it when it happens to people. They're like, oh shit, super chat. Oh shit, donation. Oh shit, t-shirt sold. Oh shit. Like it's like ding ding ding, money off the chain. In fact, there's people right now that their video of them destroying shit makes them enough money to buy more shit to destroy. And then it makes you go, holy shit. But somebody like me that speaks out against the crimes the government commits, because I'm not doing mindless slave entertainment, I'm never going to have that. You'll never tune into a broadcast where my friends list shoots up to 5,000 people watching and everybody's posting comment after comment. And I'm grateful for that, because I've seen the opposite effect it can have on people. Where there's people that are like, kill yourself. Like, I've seen the opposite effect. That's why, at least with my small audience, and when I go over to Patreon, I'm already broadcasting for free as it is right now. I'll go over to Patreon, and I have a paywall there in November. Like I said, I believe that while I run for public office, my speech should be public. And you should be able to hear it in its full context. Not for what Brian will try to do. Like, hey, did you hear CJ say that we should kill cops? Well, that's out of context, Brian. But I said we should publicly execute cops that violate the Constitution. Do you agree with me? I mean, if you've violated somebody's constitutional rights and you're a law enforcement officer, the same way we put down a dog, I think we should put down cops that violate the Constitution publicly. Then the next cop will be way less likely to do that. See, you have to allow people to explain things in their full context. This is why debating a Republican, to me, is hilarious, because they have to get in line with a certain political ideology, as where I get to exploit all of their weaknesses. And his weakness will be like, well, CJ, you want to abolish the federal government. I don't understand how that's a weakness at this point in America. You really look at the pedophile, rapist, murdering, warmongering cult known as the federal government and their media allies and go, yeah, we need more of that. Let's give more money to that thing. You think that way? I think the opposite way. Fucking. I don't know. I guess giving the federal government more money is asking a rapist to rape more. Giving money to the federal government is like asking a murderer to murder more. Giving money to the federal government is asking to go kill more innocent people in foreign countries. These are all facts. So you're defending the federal government. What a fucking idiot. I don't know. But looks like today nobody was brave enough to push the button, so it's just a long-winded CJ rant today, so I'll be back tomorrow morning. Same coffee time, same conversation channel. You guys have a good day or don't. Choice is always yours.
Welcome.